omume Kiwe wesu garani orianja nine oria nine nke pụrụ kwasa mmadụ dị ndụ n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-agwọ ọrịa anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị onwe gị bụ sunele nke ndị agha ka igwe mere anyị ebere ka akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee guzosi ike ka anyị wee n'ikpete maazị nye ha sọgotụtara nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise mma mmadụ dịrị gị Chineke Mama deregi Chineke. Mama deregi Chineke.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much. And remember this, for those of you who have already subscribed, I really do appreciate your comments. I read your comments all the time, and each time I read your comments, I must tell you I am inspired and I learn a lot from the comment section. Please, each time you go to the comment section, comment, make your contribution, say your own views, express yourself the way you want it. You can even criticize, you can make some arguments, but make it constructively so that we can learn from one another on way forward. Thank you so much for watching, and remember this, and we are moving forward. We are moving forward as a lot of things are happening. We are still fighting the lies that they are pushing on the media. We are going to fight that lies. That is what we are supposed to be doing online. Each time they push lie against us, we debunk those lies. They tell a lot of lies, push a lot of wrong information out there. When we are talking about the disintegration of that very country called Nigeria, they make it look as if it is impossible. But today, our Supreme Namazi Nandekano have made it something that is possible. Very, very possible. From his explanation and every information that he has given us, it is very possible. Remember before, the information that they have in Nigeria is that Nigeria is not negotiable. That is the common thing they always say. Each time they come out, they say the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. It's not negotiable. It's not negotiable. Today, that very statement is dead. That statement is dead. Even the Northerners today know that you can negotiate this very contract called Nigeria. And that is where we are, the negotiation. Formerly, they used to say it is impossible, but today, our Supreme Namazi Nandekano have forced it onto them to make them open their eyes and know that the unity of Nigeria can be negotiated. Today, people are talking about it. Even their political elites are talking about it, that they have to renegotiate. And what we are asking for is not just a renegotiation. What we are asking for now is referendum, so that people can decide where they want to belong. If they choose to still remain in one Nigeria, so be it. Nobody's going to force them out. But let the voice of the people be heard. That's what we're asking for. Let the voice of the people be heard, so that people can make their choice on what they want to do, so that they can be able to secure themselves, secure their zone, and live peacefully. It is not a difficult thing to ask, and it's not too much to ask. Why don't you disintegrate these people when you know that these people are not the same people? You see them pushing some lies, big lies that cannot hold water, just like saying that unity in diversity. How do you talk about unity in diversity in a country like Nigeria? What sort of diversity is that? What diversity do you think will bring unity in Nigeria? What diversity? What is the unity in that diversity? What is the strength in diversity in Nigeria? The diversity you have in Nigeria is a destructive diversity, a diversity that will not allow you to live, a kind of diversity that will take your life if there is not care is not taken. How does that promote you, and how does that kind of diversity protect you? A diversity where in a country, a secular country where people are supposed to practice a single law, have two different kinds of law. Two different kinds of law in one country, whereby they deceive you that it's a secular state. You yourself, carrying it in your mind that you are in a secular state, will go into a state. When you get there, you begin to behave as if you're in a secular country, not knowing that you are in an Islamic country. Not knowing that you're in an Islamic country. And before you know it, you'll be killed for something you did legitimately, something you're not supposed to be killed for. Is that the diversity you want us to be part of? Already, the northern part of Nigeria have embraced Sharia. They have, even on their own, without the consent of other regions, without the consent of other religions, they decided to put their Sharia laws in their states, and they are practicing it. So, as you walk into those states that are practicing Sharia law, as a Christian, thinking that you are in a secular state, you will be killed for something that you do not know about. Maybe because you are urinating standing, maybe because you just went to have some good time to drink, maybe because of one silly excuse or not, you will be killed. And this is not a mere hearsay. It is happening time and again. Many people have been beheaded in Kano State. Christians beheaded just because they claim that they offended their prophet. Just because they claim they spoke against them. It is happening, and you want such kind of a diversity. You think that such kind of a diversity can give you life or can give you any prosperity. How can somebody live in such kind of a diversity? You are living in a country where some section of the country say that they value cow more than human being. They value cow, they put cow first before human being. That is the diversity you want somebody to belong into. How can you ever associate with such a people who love cow more than human being? Why don't you allow them to have their own zone? We don't have the same culture. We don't eat the same kind of food. We don't have the same kind of religion. Everything about us is totally different. We are not equally educated. How can you begin to talk of such diversity? How does that diversity cause development in your life? It is because of this killer diversity that they have quota system in Nigeria. And that quota system is the source of the problem of Nigeria. In a quota system where an uneducated person will be given a post just because he's from a certain region. And when he goes to the company or he goes to the government, he will damage every institution and make sure he destroys everything there. Dragging other people who are moving forward backward. Is that the diversity you want to be part of? You see them talking about diversity. A diversity where they have a quota system, where an educated person will be serving under an uneducated person, destroying a ministry. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. The government have been totally destroyed because of incompetent people all over the place. You and I know that the southern part of Nigeria is much more educated than the north. I don't say that the northern don't have educated people. But when you talk about educated people, you find them in the southern part of Nigeria in numbers. You cannot compare it to the north. But today, the north have the government and they have refused to work along with the southern people. They have occupied every post, destroying every post, everything destroyable. That is why you see some people who are talking about presidency are fools, idiots who only serving their selfish interest, because there is nothing you are going there to salvage. Instead, you are going there to cause bad name to your own ethnic group. It doesn't matter who goes to that presidency, either Yoruba, either Igbo, either Ijo, whatever tribe you are, and you get there, you find yourself to be blamed at last. Because the Fulani Janjaweed, out of their illiteracy, have destroyed everything that had to do with Nigeria. They have destroyed it. Is that the diversity you want to be part of? A diversity that makes you second-class citizen. A diversity that makes sure that you are being killed for doing nothing. Meanwhile, the terrorists are being celebrated. Is that the diversity you want to be part of? A diversity that said that in a country which you are supposed to be part of, as a citizen, you are being made a third-class citizen. Is that the diversity you want people to belong in? These are the lies they are preaching. It is the diversity of the Nigeria that makes it necessary that Nigeria must be divided. It is the diversity of Nigeria that makes it important and necessary that it is only breakup that will salvage Nigeria because of the diversity. Without breakup, you can never survive Nigeria. Nigeria can never move forward. The constitution that they said is fraud can never be amended, and they can never have a legitimate constitution. The South and the North are two different things altogether, and they can never function together. It's like oil and water. They can never mix. That is the kind of diversity people are promoting, talking about diversity. Then you talk about population. What has the population of 200 million done to you? What achievement have Nigeria gotten from independence to date? What have you achieved through that population you are talking about? The most populated African country. The most populated African country, what have you achieved with that? You have not achieved anything than having a lot of fraudsters, a lot of criminals, a lot of unemployed people, a lot of bandits, a lot of terrorists. That is the only thing the greatest population of populated African countries have achieved. Nothing else. There has nothing else you've been achieved. This is the lie they are pushing. You will see somebody coming out to tell you that because we have intermarried, people marry this, here Igbos marry Hausa, Igbos marry Yoruba, Yoruba marry Igbos. Because of that, we cannot be able to go our separate ways. Lie from the pit of hell. Who told you cannot marry from another country? Who told you cannot marry from another country? Even as we speak, there are so many Nigerians who are married to other countries, people from other countries. Nigerians marry Ghanaians. They marry people from Togo, marry from Benin Republic, marry from Europe, marry from America. Have that stopped their existence? Have that stopped them from functioning? Even a former governor in Nigeria, a former governor, Adam Oshomole, married from Cape Verde. He married from Cape Verde, yet he was a governor in Nigeria. So how does that affect how does marriage affect your being in your own country and having a responsible country? How does that affect it? These are the lies they are pushing. Someone will come and tell you he doesn't want to use a visa to go to Kano. You don't want to use visa to go to Kano, but you want to go to Kano freely to die. Is it not better you go to Kano with visa, knowing fully well that you are going to an Islamic country, so that you can go there and obey all laws? If it is drinking, stop drinking for how many days you are going to be there until you come back. Is it not better than for you to think that you are going to a Kano that is a secular state? You go there and drink and be killed or jailed. Which one is better? Which one is better, my people? This is the lies they are pushing for you. People, Christians, there are Christians in Saudi Arabia, there are Christians in Iran, there are Christians in Iraq. They are still living, surviving, nobody arresting them, nobody tormenting them, and they are not disobeying the law. Why not allow these northerners to have their caliphate? We can still do business together, we can still take our visa, go there, knowing fully well that we are going to Arab nation and obey all their laws and come back. Everybody will have peace on their own. Why are you pushing the lies? Why are you pushing lies that will not hold water? Lying to the people. The only thing that will make the indigenous tribe in Nigeria to have peace is a breakup. A breakup. The population is doing us no good. The diversity is doing us no good. The unity and free movement is doing us no good. There is nothing we have achieved in that. Instead, it is bringing us back. It is bringing us back, making the uneducated and illiterate to continue to control the educated one. You see a professor serving under somebody who have only class 6, passing 6 certificate. A professor serving under a person who did not attend secondary school, who doesn't have WAEC result in Nigeria. And it is not only their president. There are so many of them. So many of them we are admitted into the university through the quota system. They didn't even, if you set the normal JAMB exam for them, they cannot pass it. They can't even pass their common entrance, but still they were forced into the universities until they graduated and come out and begin to talk rubbish. Before you know it, they begin to head different paracetals, destroying the economy and everything that has to do with the country. Today you can see people who are making wave abroad. Go and check how many Nigerians who are doing well outside Nigeria, in UK, in US, in other European countries. They are all from the southern part of Nigeria. They are all from the southern part of Nigeria, and they were able to survive because they are in a normal place where people have senses, where same people are living. If they were to be in Nigeria, they wouldn't even be employed, let alone making waves. You see Nigerians, see Southerners who are lawyers, doctors, professors, who are politicians abroad in foreign countries, doing very, very well, representing their constituencies. But in Nigeria, they will not be given any chance. And you still call yourself one Nigerianist, deceiving yourself, more especially somebody from the southern part of Nigeria. May God have mercy upon you. You will pay in your grave. As for Biafrans, we have already taken our destiny into our hand, and we will liberate ourselves, take our freedom, and go our separate ways. That is the mission of the Biafran, and I believe that is the mission of the Oduduwan also. And nobody can stop us. You can paint us with all manner of names, you can paint us with all manner of evil and all kind of talk. We don't care, because the truth is out there. And I would like you to watch this video. This video was made by a former military man, somebody who was serving in the military before, from the southeastern part of Nigeria, before he retired. What he has to say about what is happening in Nigeria and the way they are treating the IPOB members. Maybe after hearing from him, you'll get some lessons, but especially those of us from the southern part of Nigeria, even from the southeastern part of Nigeria, who is talking against IPOB and saying all manner of things. Hear from him. Judge for yourself and mind where you belong, and see if you can still talk against IPOB, or if you can still work with them, or you can continue to ask for your freedom as others are doing. Let's watch.
My name is Major Ken Chomo, be retired. Now my aim of going public unlike many military officers, many of us don't go public. My aim is that this is not the Nigeria that made us join the armed forces. I joined the armed forces at the age of 17. I had very high ideals for joining the armed forces. I had better options. I was already in the University of Nigeria, about to do medicine, but I still abandoned it to go to Nigerian Defense Academy. Myself and my generation, we had very high hopes for this country. We know all that happened since the first military coup in Nigeria. We know all that happened about the various crises, ethno-religious crises in Nigeria, but we had hoped that with time it could be curtailed. But it's very amazing that for the past decade, Nigeria has been going from bad to worse. At the rate we are going, if nothing is done on time, I don't think we are going to have a nation to be proud of. The IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, led by Nnamdi Kanu, is not the first group to agitate for Biafra. So, but what makes IPOB unique is that IPOB, the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, and he's being held, against court orders, is what is making IPOB to be very, very, to be like a bone in the neck of the government. IPOB right now is like the insect that perches on your scrotum, as the old adage says. If you hit it very hard, you stand the risk of smashing your scrotum. And if you leave it, the bite is just unbearable. So my view is that the government should bring IPOB to a table. I don't know any better way. Even if we end up fighting a second civil war, the war is still going to end up on a table. The 10 years of war in Sierra Leone, which Nigerian army took part of, I was in Sierra Leone at a time. The 10 years of war in Liberia ended up on a table. The Nigerian civil war ended up on a table. So I believe the government should find a way to bring IPOB leaders to a table. Let us see how their agitation can remain civil, remain according to the dictates of the rule of law, remain according to the norms of international law and international best practices, like other agitations in Spain, Catalonia, in UK, Scotland, in the US, California. There's so much agitation all over the world for independence. So Nigeria is not a special case. There's no big deal about any part of Nigeria wanting to have an independent country. It's a very sore point, but let me just reveal something, that will make this interview a bit spicy. I have it on good authority by an intelligence chief, whose name I will not mention, that this is not the first time Nnamdi Kanu has been arrested. I'm surprised that there is nowhere in the media I have seen that so far. During the Olusegun Obasanjo government, Nnamdi Kanu was in the net of the security agencies, but because of the way it was handled, I never even saw the headline anywhere. I never even saw the very intelligent senior officer that had direct encounter with him is still alive. He's still alive. He's still very much around. So, but the way Baba Obasanjo's approach to issues was such that even when Zamfara declared Sharia, which was unexpected, it was unheard of in a secular nation, his approach to the issue made sure that the Sharia issue did not end up leading to a religious conflagration. So I don't know how Chief Obasanjo handled it then, that Nnamdi Kanu was not even published anywhere as having been arrested. And so to say that the agitation is becoming worse under this government, those that say so, you wouldn't blame them, because all through the years of Jonathan, we were not really hearing any violent, loud agitation for Biafra. But what they forget is that Jonathan played a fast one on the agitators. Jonathan appointed the wife of Dimo Odumegwu Ojukwu, that is Bianca Ojukwu, as senior special assistant to the president. And since Odumegwu Ojukwu passed on, the person that is more or less a ceremonial figure for Masob and for Biafra activists, it should be the wife. The wife inherited the full legacy and the full authority of Odumegwu Ojukwu. Now, you can imagine a situation whereby the wife was now attached to the president as a senior special assistant. Why would you wouldn't get any serious upheaval from that organization, because naturally she will step them down. I think that is what is missing in this government. So the moment Jonathan, stepped aside, and then the wife of Odumego Ojukwu was no more having any direct interface with the government, this agitation just sprang up from nowhere. That means all along it has been there. All along it has been suppressed. Chief Obasanjo handled it in a way that was deft. Jonathan literally sat on it. And then it's like when APC came, the lead was removed. There was no interface whatsoever. So the thing just went berserk. Yes. Yes, I'm saying that the Buhari's government gave this agitation fuel and fire. Whichever way other governments in the past handled it, it's not beyond this government. And let me prove it to you. When the Avengers started blowing up places, Buhari's government inherited a situation whereby there had been an amnesty program. And I remember when the militants were appearing on CNN, carrying Browning machine guns, wearing masks. The militants were kidnapping expatriate workers. They were very violent. But President Yar'Adua managed to step it down. President Yar'Adua could have used force. He could have deployed the armed forces. But he saw reason to step it down via the amnesty program. It was unbelievable. The whole world was shocked when Tompolo was brought to the villa and was having a handshake with the president, and he stepped it down. But before the APC government took over, the body language of the APC government was that when we take over, we are not going to allow the sensitive contracts for pipeline protection to remain with criminals. When we take over, we're not going to allow the vital state infrastructure to remain under the protection of miscreants in the name of militants. We're not going to. And when they took over, they began to revoke the contracts of these militants. I think even OPC was involved. Even Frederick Fashion spoke up, because Gani Adams of OPC, he was also a part beneficiary of these contracts. And check the time that the APC government took over and the time the Avengers emerged. Look at the time lapse. The militants gave a short time to see whether there will be an interface, whether there will be some form of bridge. And when there was none, before we know what was happening, Avengers was born. Now, where are the Avengers now? We all know what happened when the Vice President Oshibajo went down to Niger Delta and spoke to Niger Delta elders. Soon after, he was in Imo State also to talk to the Southeast people. And before you know what's happening, Avengers just fizzled out. We're no more hearing bombing of installations. We're no more hearing about destruction of our vital oil infrastructure. How did it happen? Now we are hearing that the APC government is going to return the contracts back to them. So what does that tell you? If Avengers could be handled, if MENT could be handled, and some of them are pilots today, some of them are, I heard some of them even made first class in universities all over the world, I believe that not only IPOB, but Shiites can be handled as well. It's called alternative conflict resolution. I believe, quite frankly, that anything about secret trial of Nnamdi Kanu or his trial under Sharia law, I heard about that, even though I don't take it seriously. I don't think anybody's going to try any Christian under Sharia law, but maybe it's a media hype. I believe that a political solution is the best. I believe Nnamdi Kanu should be brought to a table with IPOB leaders worldwide. I believe they could be brought to a table, and the same VP Oshibajo that went to Avengers and succeeded, and the same way Yar'Adua succeeded with militants, I believe they should be brought to a table, and the government can come to, a kind of an unwritten code, of coexistence between IPOB protesters and the government of the day, so that nobody's peace is disrupted, nobody is killed, and there is no breaking down of law and order anywhere.
After listening to him, he has said it all. He has said it all. That is the truth and nothing but the truth. He has said just the truth and nothing but the truth. Either take it or leave it. That is the situation. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect us in the Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide us in the Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Give him strength, give him knowledge, give him wisdom, give him good health, so that he will join us very, very soon. Nobody can stop us. Nobody can stop him. He will surely be free. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember, bye-bye. See you again on the next video.
you.